So tell me a little bit more about the specific elements of the Bureau service, what they are, and most importantly, the problem that they're solving for the different stakeholders that you deal with.
Yeah, no problem. So there's a few different tiers to it, and essentially we can get as much involved as a client wants us to. But I'd say we start off with the invoice validation. So essentially, as part of that, we'll go out and obtain all those invoices from all the suppliers. We make sure those invoices are correct down to the rates and the costs, or also down to the responsibilities and the portfolio, and also sort of monitoring the usage and things like that as well. So essentially, with utilities, the invoices can have multiple charges on. I mean, some of the invoices we get can have sort of 10 to 20 different charges per site.
Yeah.
And then when you're looking at flexible contracts and with pass-through charges, keeping on top of those changes as they happen as well, and making sure that they're correct. We have a lot of the expertise and the systems in place to kind of monitor those.
Yeah.
And just ensure that they're correct, essentially, and what the customer is paying is correct. And if they're not being invoiced correctly, it's also ensuring that the customer's accruing for anything that may come and catch them up later, essentially.
Okay. How do you go about that accrual process? How does that work?
So the accrual process, it can be done in multiple ways. One way we do it is we'll flag it on any invoice validation reports to kind of say where charges may be missing or may not be matching quite what we're expecting. If there's overcharges, we'll also go to the suppliers and challenge them with the supplier on the customer's behalf, in a sense. And make sure that we're getting the credits and the rebills off the back of that to correct those errors as well.
Yeah. Okay. In terms of the kind of key benefits of it, then you're kind of making sure that you check the bills. Do you help in terms of you do the accrual process? Do you support in helping businesses budget for energy?
Yeah, so there are two other tiers to it, essentially. So as well as the bill validation, we can kind of then also help with a bit more of the financial control on it. So we can do things like payment files and payment journals for clients as well, to kind of give them a bit more instructions on what to pay and what not to pay on those invoices. We can then also facilitate kind of managing the supplier in terms of the account balances and payments and any kind of debt disputes and that type of stuff as well. So we can support with that as well.
Yeah.
And that kind of just helps, again, just give a little bit more support in those areas.
Yeah.
Then we kind of move into the final tier, which is then the financial reporting. So we can essentially give those forecasts and budgets to say, well, this is how much we think your energy spend is going to be over the next 12 months, for example, taking into account, again, your flexible contracts, all the changes into third-party charges and that type of stuff as well.